This is not going to be an easy video for me to get through without crying. And if you end up crying too, for that I say, you're welcome. Hi, I'm Shonya, and this is my channel, Evolving with Grace. I think the title says it all. But yeah, this video is it's in my head. It's in my make. It's been in the making. But since it's May, I feel like it is the perfect time to put this out. This video is dedicated to my mother. This is my gift to her for Mother's Day. My mother has passed on 20 years now. And it does not pass my mind the thought that she was only a couple years older than I am today at almost 51. This video is dedicated to my mother, but it is for me, it is for you, it is for the women in your life, whether they are mothers or have a mother. It is for your sisters, your aunties, your cousins, your daughters, for the women who loved you, for the women who have birthed you, and the women who have chosen you. This is for them for Mother's Day. Okay. Like I said, I'm probably going to cry, and that's okay. Because even though I was my father's firstborn son, because I was a little tomboy who used to arm wrestle men as a girl, I am all woman. I am all my mother, and I am all, I'm emotional. I've always been emotional, from the Folgers commercials with the boy coming home from college to all the beautiful movies my mom had me watch as a girl. Yeah. What I want to say here. You don't know until you know. And, oh, don't start. It's too soon. If you watch the first video of this channel, you'll see why I started making YouTube videos. And I do think it is very important for people to share. So if you ever think about doing a YouTube video, go for it. You know, just get out there, be yourself, and share with others. Because there's always somebody looking for someone like you to hear your message. I have been pondering this in my life stage. My mom's not going to watch this, but I feel like this is a good way for me to honor her. I have adult children now. One is a young adult, but she's still an adult. Hope she doesn't see this because her head is just going to get big. But I have been a mom since I was 20. I gave birth 2 days before my 21st birthday. Greatest things that's ever happened to me, and my husband as well. But I was young and I was immature. And my mom was a lot younger than I am. My mom, I think I was 24. She was 24 when she had me, and I'm the oldest. But what I'm trying to get to is that women go through stages of life that no one sees or talks about. And I remember my husband telling me that when it came to my daughters and life struggles, I make it look easy. That my kids don't see me struggle. I think it is us as women. The cape we wear, you know, we're superheroes. We don't jump buildings in a single bound, but we make stuff happen. And I'm speaking from my experience as a mother. This isn't for all of you as that if you don't have children, this is for you too. This is not, you don't have to be a mom to understand another woman and to understand a mother. I was so judgmental of my mother for many years of my life, starting as a teenager, because when I was a teenager, I had all the answers. I just knew everything, right? And then I got a little older and I started to look at how she did things. And then I just, I would low key judge, because I wasn't saying it to her face, judge how she did things in life, how she maneuvered, or how I would do things differently if I was a mother. Man, I was so wrong, so wrong. I had my opinions, but I was a teenager. And if you need to know anything, ask a teenager because they know everything. I didn't understand what my mother was dealing with. Never would I have ever looked at my mom and saw maybe she lost her temper with me or she had to get away. Never would I have ever saw that as a way for her to cope, refill. I never understood the fact that she needed to. And I didn't understand that she was a person. And that sounds really crappy. But I'm trying to put honesty to it and really evaluate what position I was when I was a young person. And granted, I give myself grace because I don't expect any young child, any young lady to understand what a woman of 50 or in her 40s was like. I can't expect a child or a teenager to understand that. There's no way that they will understand that. And that saying that everybody used to throw around when I was a kid, oh, you'll understand when you're older. You'll understand when you're older. Yeah, I had no clue what they were talking about, and I had no clue what the impact of what I would understand when I'm older. So my mom, I'm going to share a little bit about her with you because she was super special. She had her struggles, but she had a lot of greatness. This was my mom. She loved what we used to call Nick at Night. They used to have this show called Car 54, Mr. Ed, the Talking Horse, and Donna Reed, and My Three Sons. All these shows that she used to like to watch late at night. They're all black and white shows, and I would sit and watch them with her. And we would have hot fudge sundaes, and we would chill. And she turned me on to movies that I didn't understand when I was young, but now looking back and rewatching them. And if you haven't seen some of these movies, you should definitely watch as an adult. Splendor in the Grass. I think Warren Beatty's in that. Imitation of Life. Some of these movies that you watch, I didn't get what she got from them. But I do remember watching them with her, which is why I sometimes will watch something that she loved in a way of honoring her and, just feeling like she's sitting there with me watching the movie. The lessons in those movies, especially Imitation of Life, whew, deep. And I remember my mom saying to me, and the reason why I probably already said this, but I'm going to continue to say this because it is at the heart of what I want to make this video about, is that moms are people too. Moms are people too. Moms are people too. There are women in my life that are phenomenal. Some that I don't talk to as like close friends, but acquaintances, people that I've grown up with. Some that I call a friend, but they're not my inner circle. I watch mothers advocate for their children who cannot advocate for themselves. Children who learn differently and experience the world from a different perspective than the average kid. I have watched moms make their whole career about advocating for their children. I have watched moms who were educators and, just regular teachers, but a teacher in the mainstream school completely turn her life around to advocate for her son. I see you. And it's a beautiful thing. I have watched moms deal with their children that are physically disabled. I have watched them be the hero. Moms are the unsung heroes of our lives. They're not perfect. They're human. They make huge mistakes. They can say hurtful and painful things. And those hurtful and painful things are the things that we tend to hold on to and not see all of the greatness that they have put into our lives as their children. Yeah, the the special holiday, because I don't know if a kid's ever going to run into this. The special holiday that ends up that comes every December, the magical one. The person that makes it magical does not wear that outfit or have that facial hair. The magic that happens for every holiday, besides being, they say behind every great man is a phenomenal woman, or every good man is a great woman, behind every fictional character is an amazing woman. And a fictional character that makes things happen, you know what I'm saying here? That was an amazing woman behind that made that happen. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. I hated where you shopped till you dropped, or I want to drop if I had to shop with you. Thank you for making that magic. I don't know if I thanked her for that. I don't. And this is me thanking her now. I know she said to give me my flowers when I can smell them. And I did. And sometimes she would complain that they're the wrong ones. But I still gave them to her. My mother was a nut. She was funny. She was loving. But I never understood the sacrifice. So she would wear clothing that I hated as a teenager. I'm like, why are you wearing that? Why don't you go get yourself some good sneakers? Why are you wearing Keds? Why are you wearing Skippies? Like, why are you wearing, your pants look like they're high waters. Why are you wearing those pants? And she was like, my clothes are fine. Don't worry about my clothes. I don't need clothes. I have 4 children. I have 4 children. And I never understood what that meant. And I used to look at her, I'm like, you just want to be a martyr so you can say you have 4 children. So when you don't buy stuff for yourself, you can make all of us feel guilty because you have to do things for us. No, I didn't. I never saw my mom and dad struggle because she made it look good. And my husband accused me of that, of making it look good. He says, you make things look good for the girls. They don't ever know that you have stress or struggle because you make it look good. We are life soldiers. Women are life soldiers. We put things on, we put a smile on our face and we keep marching on and we make ish happen, right? And that's what my mom did. She made it happen. And I didn't realize that she made it happen because the glory didn't go to her. Look, my dad has always been my rock, my idol. I have no problem as a kid complimenting my dad. And I would complain about my mother to my father, and I would look at her and be like, "Oh my God, Mom, you're such a meanie. You're such a jerk, Mom." And I would never say it to her because I liked my teeth. I always had nice teeth, and if I would say that to my mother, I'd be spitting out teeth for a week. My mother never put her hands on me, never hit me, but good Lord, when she would flare her nose, I'm like, she is 120 pounds of terror. I am not messing with that woman. No, 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 no. I could be angry, but I need to go be angry at the wall. Wasn't doing it at her. No. And that was because I was brought up with respect. And I know that no matter how much bigger I was than her, yeah, like she used to say, her heart didn't pump Kool-Aid. In other words, she was a tough one. So anyway, Mom, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't see you for a woman with needs, desires, struggles, sacrifice. I didn't see that. And the craziest part that I didn't see is the period of my life that I'm going through now. My mom, like I said, didn't last much longer than I am here. But I know now, because of my life, that my mother was going through perimenopause and menopause. And ladies, keep talking to your friends if you are in this stage of your life. I was with a coworker yesterday and she was moving some boxes and her husband was there and she looked at her husband. She's like, look, ask Shonya. I'm not crazy. We're the same age. I'm not crazy. And I looked at her husband and I go, no, she's not crazy. She's like, Shonya, they made me watch the Oprah special about, menopause and perimenopause. I'm like, wow. What I'm thinking to myself, girl, yes, I've watched it. I've lived it. I've spoken to some friends that are older than me, my friend that is over 60, and I was telling her about my emotions and how I was feeling. It wasn't feeling like myself. And she's the one that said, Shonya, you're not crazy. You're going through perimenopause. Yeah, I'm a little crazy. I'm a little crazy. It's okay. I embrace crazy. I embrace a little bit of crazy. So I'm talking to my friend and I'm thinking, I'm like, yeah, I think we are months apart. And she was going through her thing. I said, yeah. I said, I heard Drew Barrymore say it best that you just wake up and you don't feel like yourself. Well, my husband is one of the greatest men that I know. He is he is a great man. He is the type of man that his ancestors are smiling down on him because that's how great of a man he is. And he is so understanding and sympathetic to me. And we had a talk the other day, and he's like, babe, I try to be sensitive and understanding with you and to make sure that I am putting you first. He always puts me first, but making sure that I am treating you with not kid gloves, but with compassion, with the understanding that he knows that I am biologically changing, and how that can impact my life and how I show up, and what I feel. And he made me look at myself, and not he didn't say you need to look at yourself. No, what he was saying was beautiful, and I looked at myself and I'm like, yeah, you have been super emotional lately, and just crying, and just nervous system feels all jittery. Anyway, I'm saying this because my mom didn't have this. My mom did not have a platform to express herself. She did not have, I mean, she talked to her sisters, and they're in different stages in life, but I don't know if they talked about these things as much. The evolution of a mom's life. Because when you become a mom, it is like your purpose. And I hate to say that, but it is. So when your babies are babies, it's all about keeping them safe, loving on them, helping them grow. And they get older, and you're still trying to make everybody happy. And you're making your kids happy, and you're making your kids happy, and you're a mom. And maybe there's some things that you want to do in your life, but nobody would know that you want to do them because it didn't matter to you. Because it was about making your family happy, making your kids happy. And then your kids get older, and they live their own life. And you don't know what the heck to do with yourself because your whole purpose of being was the holidays, the birthdays, the games, the needs, the school stuff, the wants, the TV shows, the skin needs. All of that stuff was your job. And they get older and your job changes. You get like a reprieve where you're working full time, now you get to work part time. And yeah, I wish I had my mother to talk to about that stuff. So I talked to you guys, and I talked to my girlfriends. One of my sister friends, and I say that to try to not use their names, but they know who they are. One of them just took their daughter to look at a school out of state. And I looked at her because her two older ones there's an age gap between the two, and that youngest one, that's her baby. And I'm looking at that, and I'm like, man, I know you have two that are out. But when that third one starts living her life, yeah, it's different. And then I have another sister friend where her daughter just accepted to go away to college. And she's a single mom. And she can see how her life is going to be different. These things impact a mom so much. Everything that we do is to give them a good life. Everything that we do for our kids is to give them a good life and to give them wings to fly. My mom used to say, my job is to make sure that my kids have wings to fly so that they can navigate this world when I'm no longer here. I never expected that she would be so young when that happened. But she drilled a lot into me. It is fortunate and unfortunate, because I do believe she sees me. Fortunate and unfortunate, the fact that The stuff that she was trying to explain to me and to show me, I have such clarity around at 50, almost 51 years old. The sacrifice, the purpose, the drive, the mask, the mask that you put on, the face that a mom puts on to make everything look like it's great. That you don't know she's worrying about the bills, how the light bill's going to get paid, or, do they have enough food, or how do we pay our bills and still give you all the things that you want for the school dances and all the parties and all the stuff and the sacrifice. You don't see that until you live it. Yes, this video is in honor of my mother. This is my gift to her. My mom would say the craziest things. Funny. She will make you laugh and just bust a gut. Her terminologies were so crazy. And I used to say, like when somebody would use swear words in front of me, I'm like, oh, my mother was a truck driver who was, what did I used to say? That she's a truck driver that also worked for the Navy. So she would, very transparent, keeping it real. And she would say things like, what you eat don't make me go to the bathroom. So I'm sure you can fill it out. In other words, what someone else's life choices and what they do does not impact your life or who you are. That you don't have to live your life through somebody else. And even though she had the funniest way of saying it, it is so profound, and it has gotten me through so much in my life where I could say, you know what? This is your life. This is your way. Or I would say, Mom, Susie's mom said she could go. And she would say, I'm not Susie's mom. I'm your mom. And when she used to say that, it would make me mad. I'm like, why? Why does Susie get to do this and I can't? Why does Susie have so much freedom and I don't? And her answer was, because I said so. You can't do this because I said so. We didn't even think it was a democracy. There was no asking, but why? No. Because I said so, you can't. And she would say, I'm not Susie's mother, I'm your mother. And I would look to her and I'd be like, damn, just mad, stomping off. But now I look at it and I'm like, there were reasons behind her no. She knew then that I did not have the maturity level to understand why she said no. I thought she was just a killjoy. And I could tell you, maybe could have been the last 5 or 10 years where I realized, oh, that's why you said no. Only when I had to look at my own daughters and say no, I determined, okay, this was her keeping me safe. This was her looking out for me. This was her foreseeing the possibilities of problems that she wanted me to avoid. But man, did she get the raw deal in my mind of the things that I thought. I really thought she used to play head games. And she used to play head games because she would say, I'm going to use Susie because some people know who my best friend was back in the day. And she would say, no, you can't go. And you have to do your chores. You have to wash the dishes. You have to do this. You have to do that. And I would be so mad. And then later on, she would come in and say, oh, how was your night with Susie? And I would look at her. I'm like, what? Are you trying to make me crazy? Yeah, I do believe she was trying to make me crazy at times. I do believe that the things that I'm telling you about my mother, she was so cool and so funny. But man, she had a terror side of her that could take me down with her words. And she would say things that were so hurtful. And she would piss me off. But I would bite my tongue till the blood dripped down my chin because I wasn't saying anything to her. And it infuriated me. And I thought that her mission in life was to make me feel bad about myself, make me feel angry, and make me feel miserable. Now, people love you the way they know how. And that's it. And I felt that my mother did not express that she is proud of me, that she was proud of me. I felt that as a young woman in my 20s, that me and my husband together did some monumental things. We became parents at a young age. We got married, we became parents, we purchased a house. We did all these things that we thought checked off the boxes of reasons that your mother should be proud of you. Well, she didn't say it. And it used to hit me right here. I'm like, why you say you're proud of this one or that one, but you don't tell me you're proud of me? And months before she passed away, I sat in the car with her and I said to her, you never tell me you're proud of me. She's like, what? I'm so proud of you. Why don't you think I'm proud of you? Because you didn't say it. She knew she was proud of me. I didn't know she was proud of me because she did not express it in the way that I needed her to express it. So for that, Mom, I forgive you for that, even though you're probably looking down like, I don't need your forgiveness for that. I know that I was proud of you. The problem was I didn't know, and I needed to hear that. But I'm giving that grace because I can understand that no matter how much we are to those we love, we're always going to come to places where they wish that we would have done things differently. And I have family members who watch my channel. And somebody that I love dearly says to me, sent me a message because they didn't see me making a video this week. I think she may have, I don't know. I guess because I was doing 3 videos a week and I cut back, and to see that people that love me are invested in my videos, it just warms my heart. And the feedback that I got from somebody that I adore, like, this is somebody that's very important to me, very special. And I don't say exactly who it is because I'm trying to have some, not have everybody know my business or who I am and know all the people in my life. But she said to me, your mother is so proud of you. I know your mother is so proud of you. I know your mother's looking down on you and she is so proud. And man, did that get me, because she was the closest person to my mother. Looks like my mom, acts like my mom in some ways that she makes me laugh. And for her to say that, I'm sorry. For her to say that told me that yes, you are doing the right thing. You coming on here and sharing with people, this is what people need because it matters. And it mattered to her. So this May, sorry guys, this May, for Mother's Day, the month of May for mothers, I wish that you give yourself grace. Let all the women in your life know that you love them and that you honor them and you're proud of them. I used to joke with my sister, which is kind of crappy, but I think it was our way of coping, and say, wow, Mother's Day is our most money-saving holiday. We don't have to worry about buying gifts. And it was our way of trying to cope with the fact that our mothers and grandmothers are not here. My father's wife, who is somebody that I find very special and dear to my heart, I love her. She came into my life when I was an adult. And she lost her mom. So she understands this on a visceral level. She understands this, that I only have one mother. And my mother used to love the song, I'll Always Love My Mama. She's my favorite girl. You only get one. And she used to sing it all the time. And yes, you only get one. You get women who will love you, but only one person birthed you. For me, yes, that is my mom. Imperfect, crazy a little bit, strong as a bull, feisty and fierce, gentle and kind, caring, supportive, nurturer, healthcare provider. She was a nurse. It was just her nature to try to take care of people. Even when I thought that she didn't take care of me or my siblings the way that I wanted to, I think in her heart and her mind, she knew that our dad was taking care of us too, so that we were never alone. But man, did I have anger for that. But I can sit here and tell you that at 50, almost 51 years old, I have no more anger. I have only understanding and gratitude and appreciation for the things that she taught me without saying. That more is caught than taught when it comes to the people in your life. And you pay attention to that. For my grandmothers, for my sister cousins, those who have children and those who don't, who are living this life and navigating the ever-changing world that we live in, our bodies, our health, our minds. This is for you. I salute you. I see you. I love you. I think you're incredible. You are amazing. To all the women that I'm friends with, those who are going through these stages of life with me, those who aren't there yet, and those who have passed it, I love you. I appreciate you. To all the women watching, be the friend that you need to other people. Be the mom that you can, whether you birth people or not. Give the love, but love yourself. And yeah, moms are people too. I thank you for watching. Like, subscribe to this video. I think I did better than I expected because I kind of feel like I'm sitting in an onion farm and they're all, everything's cut up. But I think my mom deserves this, and so do you. Have a great day. Happy Mother's Day to all those who have been birthed. Take care.